Well, I got this 98 Rav-4 here because it's starting to consume a little bit of coolant to the point that it got a bit hot last night and needed to cool down and be topped up again by 2.5 litres, which ain't the best thing for it. So I had a look around and found that that bottom radiator hose has moved a bit and is rubbing on the aircon compressor bolt, and now it's got a little hole in it and it just drips a little now and again. So over a week it loses its coolant. So I've got to replace that hose. I'll do the thermostat because it got a bit warm, and I'm going to do the alternator aircon belt because it's noisy when the aircon's on, and I'll check out the power steering belt while I'm there. So, and what's the oil like? Yeah, starting to need a change. Might do that tomorrow, but tonight's little job's belts and a hose and thermostat. So, and since it got a bit warm, it's best to change the oil because the oil will get burnt. Well, there's the problem. The hose the kink is sort of twisted out a bit over time, and it's rubbed into this bolt here. And as you can see, it's leaking. Not too bad, but bad enough. So, I should never put aircon on this car because I put this whole system on about 4 years ago, I think, because this car did not have air conditioning as standard. So it was a base model, had nothing, just a manual gearbox, and that was it. So, no airbags, that's a good thing. Don't like airbags. So yeah, but when I put the new hose on, if it's still very close, what I'll do, I'll cut this old one down long ways and use the old one as a protector over the new one, so this cannot happen again. Because yeah, when I installed it all before, it was sitting like that, but it's obviously just gone like that. I'll definitely need a new belt. So this is the alternator one. You can see it gone dry and starting to crack. And this is the power steering one, if I can get a good shot of that. It's also gone dry and started to crack. They're both original belts from factory. This one actually came with the air conditioning kit, so I put that on. It was second hand, but you know, why not? It's lasted quite a few years. And this one's original to the car. So, time to do them all. Oh, there we go, I got the hose off and there's the damage to it. So it's not all the way through. Try and get the light to sit where I want it. There's just a pinhole in it though. It's almost all the way through. And that would have blown badly. So, good thing we got it before it really blew, but we got it a bit late. You know, car got a little hot. Head seems alright. But yeah, time will tell. Well, I got the thermostat out, but I forgot you have to take the oil filter off to actually get the spanner in there enough to get to that bottom nut. So I'll go see if I've got a filter in stock and fresh oil once I've got the filter off. I can spin the filter back on and it's not too horrible, but it's time to change it. Because if it's black, it's bad, and that's getting black. So, and yeah, it's been burnt. So, I prefer to change it now. Yeah. Well, I had oil and filter in stock for this, so I'll change the oil now. So if you remember, it doesn't look too bad on the filter. If I take the sump plug out, ew, definitely needs it. If it's black, it'll do an inferior job and just end up damaging something. So this is when you should change the oil. Just before it looks like this. Well, there's the new hose on. What I did, I trimmed this end down by about a cunt's hair, and then that way it slipped on a bit further and pulled it away from the compressor a bit more. So if I move the light, you can see the gap now between the hose and the bolt. So it definitely will not happen again. So shouldn't have happened in the first place, but it did. So this time let's make sure it never happens again. Excellent. Now, because this thing got a bit hotter than usual, I'm going to retension the rocker cover gasket, because that would have got a bit hot up the top and then probably slackened off a bit. So yep, definitely has. So always do the middle ones first and then the outer ones last, and that spreads the gasket nicely. With these engines, I always recommend leave the thermostat housing a little bit loose, like so. So when you fill it up, you can easily bleed it so it doesn't airlock on you down there, because the thermostat's on the bottom hose. And sometimes they can airlock as you fill them. So this way you can get all the air out. So I put fresh water in first until I'm satisfied that it's got the air out. Then I top it off with coolant concentrate. So that way you just have some fresh water coming out down here when you bleed it out. So see, all you do is just move it around a bit, just let the air out the top. Just push down on it. I filled it up now, so all I do is push down a bit on it. And you can hear all the air just come out. Now there's water coming out. So I'm satisfied that that's not airlocked. Now tighten it up, top it off with coolant concentrate, and that will be that.